Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Kunisha IRDINA binti ZAIRUDIN and my matric number S71344 and my group member is NOOR AUFA, NOOR HELFINA, NOOR SHAHIRA AKILA and AMIRAH IRDINA. We are from group 14 and I will present about question number 7. The first issue that we identify are whether the contract was entered into undue influence. In this case, we focus on the issue of undue influence under Section 16 Contract Act 1950. Daniel was Murni's financial advisor and trusted friend. Over time, he built a close relationship with her. Murni is elder, live alone, and inexperienced in financial matter, while Daniel pressured her to sign quickly due to limited time offer and even stopped her from consulting with her nephew, which is a lawyer. Daniel kept reminding Murni about their friendship and she felt pressured and unable to make a decision. According to the law, when someone is in a position of trust and uses the position to gain an unfair advantage, that can be considered undue influence. So, based on this fact, it likely that Murni's consent was not truly free. The second issue is misrepresentation, covered under Section 18 Contract Act 1950. Daniel told Murni that investment was low risk and had a guarantee return, but this investment was risky. Murni trusted Daniel because he was her friend and advisor. Because of this misrepresentation, Murni can cancel the contract. Next, whether Murni's consent was freely given. In Section 14 Contract Act 1915, consent is not considered free if it obtained through coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, and mistake. In this situation, Daniel used their friendship to push her, so her consent was not truly free. Lastly, whether Daniel breached his professional and fiduciary duties. Daniel is a financial advisor. That means he has a duty to act honestly. But here, Daniel gave a bad advice to Murni to join a risky investment and not suitable for her. This means that Daniel broke his professional and fiduciary duty to Murni, so the contract should not be valid. Next, for the next legal principle in Section 16, undue influence. Daniel built a close relationship with Murni and used the trust to pressure her. He didn't let her ask her nephew and push her to sign fast. This shows undue influence. Beside that, in Section 18 misrepresentation, Daniel said the investment was safe and guarantee return, but it was not. That false info misled Murni into signing. Because of the pressure and lie, the contract should be cancelled.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NOOR AFIFAH BINTI ZAMRI, now matrix S70556. We will move into the next format for this issue, which is application and conclusion. A case of unfree consent. Murni's agreement to invest with her financial advisor, which is Daniel, is likely invalid because her consent was not freely given. This situation falls under the Contracts Act 1950, specifically due to undue influence Section 16 and misrepresentation Section 18. A contract is only valid when both parties agree to it freely and understand what they are signing. In Murni's cases, she was pressured and misled, making her contract with Daniel problematic. So firstly, undue influence. As Murni's financial advisor, Daniel was in position of trust. He abused this trust by pressuring her into a limited time offer and actively preventing her from seeking advice from her nephew, who is a lawyer. This exploitation of his position for an unfair advantage is known as undue influence. Similar to the case of Tate versus Williamson, because Daniel used pressure instead of allowing for a junior agreement, Murni can choose to avoid the contract under Section 20. Second, under mispresentations, Daniel also made false claims about the investment, telling Murni it was a low risk with guaranteed returns and safe when it was actually high risk. Murni, an inexperienced senior, relied on these statements when signing, without fully understanding the terms. This is a clear case of mispresentations. Similar to Pick versus Journey, since these false statements lead Murni to agree of the contract, she has the right to either cancel the contract under Section 19(1) or demand that it will be performed as if Daniel's statements were true under Section 19(2). So lastly, in terms of breach of professional duty, beyond the legal grounds, Daniel also breached his professional duty. Financial advisors are obligated to act in their client's best interest. Daniel did the opposite by pushing a high-risk investment on a vulnerable client and preventing her from getting independent legal advice. His unethical actions further strengthen Murni's cases, as courts often protect individuals who have been exploited. So in summary, Murni has a strong grounds to argue that the contract with Daniel is avoidable due to his undue influence and mispresentation along with his breach of professional duty. So in conclusion, Murni has a very strong legal basis to cancel her investment contract with Daniel because her consent was not freely given. Daniel's actions involving undue influence and mispresentation corrupted her agreement, making the contract voidable under Section 16 and 19 of Malaysia's Contract Act 1950. Past cases like Tate versus Williamson and Pick versus Journey clearly support her claim, showing how control and deception invalidate contracts. Therefore, Murni has two main options. First, decision. She can cancel the contract entirely, putting her back in the same financial position she was in before she signed. Second, compensation. She can also seek damages for any money she lost because of Daniel's action under Section 37 of the Specific Relief Act 1950. So considering her age, lack of financial experience and the fact that she relied heavily on Daniel's advice, it's very likely that a Malaysian court would rule in her favor. Therefore, Murni should start legal actions to annul the agreement and recover her losses, ensuring justice against this unethical financial manipulation. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.